Okay, welcome. This is another part of our Controversy Friday since the last part kind of got really good comments and good feedback. So let's dig into another topic. But before we start on that, I want to address something regarding the last Controversy Friday. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend because we are talking about those influencers that are stating like, oh my god, I need to have a low buy. And in the next sentence, they're like showing the tons of PR that they have. If you are not familiar what I mean with Controversy Friday, and I just decided that I want to go with that name, basically that means that in those videos I am going to discuss different topics from the beauty community with your comments, either from YouTube or Instagram, that I specifically ask for. So it's nothing like out of context. I specifically post a question either on the community tab or on Instagram in like a question sticker in the stories, and then you tell me your opinion. I will include your opinion, comment that, and of course tell you my opinion on that. And after that last video, I got, besides the comments that I got on YouTube, I got a fairly long DM from a person basically telling me that my video does not spread any kind of positive vibes, that I am just stirring up the pot, that I add fuel to the fire, all those metaphors. First of all, thank you. I really appreciate that you speak up and that you tell me your opinion on that. I do value and respect that opinion, so I do not take stuff like that as criticism because you did not insult me personally. So do it. I love it. I encourage you highly to just speak out what you think, because this is something that we're kind of missing in 2023. But I also answered that person that the fact that she thinks that I am adding fire to the fuel and that I'm stirring up kind of shows that I'm right with what I said, that we are nowadays in a very defensive position and a very defensive mindset, and everybody thinks has the right to be offended when they clearly aren't. The baseline question of her message was basically, what did I want to achieve with that video? To be honest, my achievement that I wanted to have is entertainment. That's why I do YouTube. It's for entertaining purposes. And my goal for my personal YouTube channel is creating a judge-free and open space. Let's do a little bit of a deep dive into psychology things. As you might know, I do study that shit. There are some facts in the psychology, and I know it's a very unproven field because a lot of those things are happening in the brain, and actually we know nothing about the human brain. But some facts do not need proof because they're just a fact. That's just what it is. And one of those facts is something that we as people nowadays, I truly think, need to be reminded of more often. And no, this is not a torture device. This is a electric or heated eyelash curler. One of those facts is that everybody's personal reality, basically everybody's subjective point of view, is correct. There is nothing such right or wrong. Why? So why is that? It's basically because from your personal point of view, your own knowledge, your background, your social environment, your even your fact knowledge base, like your school knowledge. Did you go to college? Did you not? Do you come from a worker family or an academic family? All those little tiny things about your personal life, they are added to your version of reality, to your point of view. And whatever is in your point of view, your vision of the reality, that is true. But that is only true for you. I, your neighbor, your best friend, your parents, have different versions of reality, and all of them are true. What we need to understand that is getting an open mind. By setting up those videos, for example, and creating spaces where you can literally just comment whatever the fuck you want. Of course, no insulting, no bashing. This is how we open up our minds. The discussions, the judge-free discussions, help to learn from each other. And with all of those comments, either on this topic or on the topic of the last video from the Controversy Friday, I learn too. That is everything I wanted to achieve. Open discussion, open-minded, reflective way of seeing other people's points of views. And this has nothing to do with like changing somebody's opinions. Just because I add new infos to my reality does not mean that I will change my point of view. It just means that I include more infos, that I can gather more infos, and I can open up my mind, same as you. So, and today's topic is, I have no idea how I titled that video, but it basically is, how do you feel about your favorite creators that are, you know, when they're doing house tours or buy with me, you know, all that stuff. Is this bragging from your point of view, or do you feel happy for them? By the way, I got the question to do another video with the Xenon palette, but since I do not only want to stay in the like black and gray and silver one, I will also be pulling in a palette that is just screaming fun for me. And if you don't know what that is, let me enlighten your world. This is my Cleonat collection, and I don't know if you have seen my swatch video. I did a like swatch every Cleonat shadow I own. My collection has grown a bit. Like in this big motherfucking palette, I only have 19 spots left, and I even, I basically, and I can't even believe that I said this, but I had the Deep Sea Treasures palette with 8 specific shades in that, and I took them off because it's magnetic, and I put them all in here. And I know this is crazy because if you know me and people, I've had this discussion with people who are rearranging their Natasha Denona palettes or Adapt Cosmetics are crazy. And I am very afraid of you. And how's your brain going? Because my brain would literally be set on fire. But with the Cleonat thing, I don't know. I had an easy time doing that because Cleonat's whole vision is doing single shadows. Like, they do have palettes, yes, curated collections, but at the end it's all singles. And to be honest, my tiny goal is to get this palette completely full. So since Cleonat is very expensive, if you want to spend like, if you want to donate money for Cleonat, I do have a buy me a coffee link. Just kidding. Please do not send me money if you can't. Like, it's kind of a very sensitive topic. Like, I always say these things out of fun, but I'm so thankful for everybody who's using this buy me a coffee thing and is donating money. Like, you have literally no idea how appreciated I feel and how thankful I am. On a scale from 1 to 10, it's like a, I don't know, 20 or so. But never do something like that you cannot afford or something. Same with my codes in the info box, you know. I do get commission of them, like Yes Style or Look Fantastic, or the newest one is actually Natasha Denona. Only use those if you really can afford that. Like, do not buy things to pressure support people, and only use codes of people that you really want to support, you know? If you don't use mine, there are a couple out there, like thousands out there. All right, long story short, now let's head into the first comment. I think it is weak to flash your wealth. You should have better content than that of being YouTube famous is how you got it. Absolutely understandable. And I think this is a very good start into this because, no, I will save that comment for another one. The thing is it really a part of weakness, or is it just another desperate straw of content creation? And it's very interesting because we will be getting like a lot of point of views on this topic, flashing wealth or content creation. There is a very thin line between those, and I feel like there's a very thin line in you as the viewers who are consuming this content, how you feel about that. And this is just, I just love all your opinions. Oh, by the way, I'm using the shade Snert from Xenon to create my transition area. By the way, I said it in my first impression review of this palette that this might be my new favorite Natasha Denona palette, and I still want to stand by that because this is just an awesome palette. It's cringe, especially when they have PR from like 1,000 companies. Watch me open all these free shit that I can afford on my own. Yeah, this kind of also plays into Lost Controversies video. This whole thing of being like, yeah, I get thousands PR, but I do want to do a low buy. And, you know, the line between bragging and being proud and showing that is such a thin line. I just realized that in this palette, there's nothing like a true crease shade. The depth level is like either super light or super dark. I can work with that, but just saying. So I'm using now the shade Night Sky in the crease, which is basically the black. But since all of these shades are very buildable, you can be very light-handed with them. And just by shortly tapping into it works. Love it. Okay, this one I have to hold my tablet because it's such a long comment. It's definitely bragging. They wouldn't have a thing without their communities, and yet you never even see a giveaway on their channels. Oh, that's a good one. A little bit of humbling would take them a long way, but no, instead they act as if they slave away at the hardest job ever, and therefore they deserve everything and more. They would likely die if they ever had to work a real job. The entitlement makes me sick. Makes me so angry. This is a very, very interesting comment. The thing with entitlement is basically what I get from a lot of those comments, either on this or on the last video. And also the comment of this whole job. Okay, I have to talk about this comment really in sentences. So first of all, the giveaway thing, highly agree. Because I see a lot of channels, smaller creators especially, that do giveaways on a regular basis. And do you know how these giveaways work? They spend their own money. I did a giveaway very recently on my Instagram account where I gave away all 5 of the new Odin's Eye lippies. I bought them by myself. I bought the complete Odin's Eye Halloween collection, purposely knowing that I will not use the lipsticks. I gave them away. So I spent my money to do a giveaway for you. Of course, what is the point of doing a giveaway? It's gaining followers. Yes, and it worked. It brought me like 100 followers or so. But that also means that people can discover me and that they will see content that they might like. Some of them will unfollow after a giveaway, but a lot of them will stay. And I can give back. You know, people donate real money. People buy stuff with their real money using my codes and shit, so I can get money. And that is totally okay for me to give back just something. I don't know if I ever mentioned that, but if I ever am in that spot where I can get PR, I'm fully aware of the fact that I cannot use all of this PR. It's just impossible. Like, I have only one face and only so much time. So what is the natural conclusion? Yes, I'm giving it away. Like, I will give away that shit. By the way, a lot of the comments, you know, it kind of, everything is tied together. A lot of the comments were like those influencers with a lot of PR, they are selling this. First of all, I can promise you right now, if I ever get PR that I will not use, I will definitely not sell it because it's not allowed in Germany. There are channels that do giveaways very, very frequently, which I really enjoy. But I know what you mean, that with the bragging and then having the PR and having those wealthy, rich homes or cars or clothing, luxury clothing, and then no giving back to the community. People sometimes do forget that a YouTuber that is doing stuff for you is not your friend. Let me just clear that up. They are a salesperson, basically, because they're like the biggest marketing people for brands. But at the same time, they would never ever be in that position if they did not build on a community. Like, nobody is coming up to you and is telling you, do you want to be like our new salesperson on YouTube? Like, huh? No one. If nobody watches you, you will not get opportunity for PR or codes or getting money or getting sponsored. And therefore, you will not be able to build that wealthy level in your private. So it all comes together at the end. Then we have that part, instead they act as if they slave away at the hardest job ever. I do not like this mindset that being a social media person is an easy job. I think we should stop comparing jobs with each other. You cannot compare the job of a doctor with the job of a construction worker, or with someone in a bureau, or with someone in like restaurant, or with a content creator. Again, own version of reality. Every job is hard. Every single job is hard. Content creator is hard. Waiter is hard, or waitress is hard. Being in a bureau is hard. Working in a fucking call center is freaking fucking hard. Please do not compare jobs. Like, this is just my, I'm begging you, do not compare jobs. You have no idea of that person's reality. You don't know how they feel. And I can only talk about my version of reality. I do have a full-time job in one of those like call centers. I am not talking to people. I said it already, I'm responsible for training, for onboarding, for KPIs and stuff. So I'm back office. But I used to talk to people, and this was hard. And now I do social media aside from that, because I want to build like a second way of earning money into my life. And this is hard too. There are days on social media where I think, okay, I quit. And I don't even do that long. Because, for example, in the summertime when the, what was it called? Oh, Mothership 11 launched. I ranted on Instagram, first of all, on that shit color story. And I also ranted on their like behavior on social media. Because if you remember, the social media team from Pat McGrath, they deleted comments. And I said in my story that therefore, because of that, and this is hurting my personal standards, I will definitely not buy the Mothership 11 unless there is like a big discount. What happened then? There was a discount. Like, I think a week before it was officially released, the palette leaked on the website, and there was all of a sudden a 30 or 25% off code. So I did it. I bought the palette with the code because 30 or 25% off is a nice deal. I posted that in my Instagram stories, and do you know what happened? I got death threats from people. I got DMs telling me what a disgusting bitch I am, that I yesterday said I do not support the brand, which I never did, and today I am shoving my money down their throats. I got so many messages, bad comments and shit. I had to take the day off, and I asked a friend on Instagram, how do you feel about that? Did I do something wrong? I have never ever in my life experienced such an aggressive reaction because of colored powder. Circle back to the comment. It is a hard job. If you do this full-time as content creator and you basically are only living in your internet bubble, and all you interact with are people online and maybe your people at home and a couple of friends, and you do not have this regular 9 to 5 or regular shift job where you come in contact with other persons, you tend to bury yourself in that bubble, and it is a hard job. So I will not compare jobs. That's what I wanted to say. And I cannot decide what shade to use from Cleonet. Starting by using Shipwreck. This is originally from the Deep Sea palette, and I tap this on the outer part of the lid. If I want to see fancy houses and clothes, I'll head over to HGTV and watch $1 Million Homes. Fancy clothes aren't my thing, so I wouldn't watch it anywhere. I would watch a makeup collection, but that's about it. That's actually a lot of things that I have in my own opinion too. I'm personally just not interested in their like house tours or closet tours or garage tours, like whatever tour. Nowadays, I'm not even interested into a makeup collection. Well, usually their aesthetic is either very sad beige. If you don't know what that means by that, look it up and have a glow. I know what sad beige is. It's chef's kiss. Or over the top tacky, so I don't usually care very much. Also, I am probably a minority here, but I watch videos for the makeup content, and I'm not necessarily interested in all other parts of an influencer's private life. I agree. I am personally one of those persons, If they like put private parts or private facts into Get Ready With Me, like I do here, this is the content I would watch myself too. Sometimes I do watch my own videos. What does that say about me? I don't fucking know, and actually I don't care. We are now using, I want to use iron. Oh, this is so pretty. This is, by the way, if you're overwhelmed with Cleonad, I feel you. I just blind bought a couple things and I don't fucking care for their formulations. I just sorted them by formulation in my palette, but at the end they're all beautiful. So I don't think that you're a minority with that. I think a lot of people feel like that, and we will get to a very interesting comment when we head over to the Instagram comments that I want to tackle that fact again. The next one is again a bit longer. Depends. There are 2 to 3 creators that work hard, aka put out several videos a week with a plus 20 min length and are actively posting on Insta EDC. When they get a bag, a pair of earrings, or buy their first new, not used car, I'm happy for them. Gönno. This is a German word that is just basically slay. We gift ourselves something nice too, but some lost touch. Handbag, walk-in closets, shelves of luxury shoes. I remember Michelle Wong being surprised to rediscover a luxury handbag in a room she barely ever walks into. The Lulu Deluxe. First of all, I hate internet slang words, but the word the Lulu is now in my in my dictionary, and I want to use the Lulu whenever I can. I have so much fallout. Oh my god. Okay. To be honest, the Michelle Wong thing inspired me for this question because she, and I don't even watch her, I just saw on Reddit, she did a come pick up with me my Porsche video, or Porsche, what's it in English? Porsche or Porsche? In German it's Porsche. And people on Reddit dragged her for that so much. They were right, in my personal point of view. So, the first part I really like of this comment because I agree on that. I highly agree on that. First of all, I'm also one of those creators that do a lot of effort into it. So, did I buy me something nice in the last time? Oh yeah, I bought 3 new pairs of Converse, and since I do design my Converse myself, it was €250. But that's not bragging, because the other 3 pairs of Converse that I have that I designed myself, or 4 pairs, I have now for over 2 years. So, or 1.5 years, something like that. I bought them, I think, in the beginning of last year. Beginning, or I don't care. But this is not bragging. This is just, as that person wrote, it's just gifting something nice to yourself. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. What the fuck do I want to use now? Too many choices. I need something light in that look. So I'm now using Saltwater Pearl. This is also originally from Deep Sea Treasures. And I sprayed my brush a bit. Now I just very precisely apply this. And we will work on that line in a second. And the second part of the comment, like these handbag and walk-in closet tours, and especially the Michelle Wong is finding a luxury bag, this is what I mean. This is just so out of touch, and I totally understand everybody who says like, okay, this is not relatable. This is not what I want to see in my YouTube feed. Highly agree. Now let's head over to the Instagram comments. Happy for them as long as it's not braggy. As soon as they start to brag, I'm out. Here we have it again. How do you transport that? Is it because you are very happy and proud that you are finally able to afford a certain thing? Then we're all happy for you. Do you start to brag about the fact that you just bought your first Porsche or second or whatever, or you have a garage full of cars? It's bragging. We don't want to see you bragging. Everything about this look makes me happy. I honestly don't care. That type of content doesn't really interest me. Absolutely agree. I'm also not interested. Like, I don't even watch them, or I just unfollowed them as soon as they started to do this type of content. It's, for me, it's not only this like handbag showing or house showing, it's also travel content. There was this creator, let's call her name, Taylor Wynn. I absolutely adored Taylor Wynn's video style, but then she started this nomad life and traveling through Europe, and then she kind of started doing like money advice and investing videos, and with the part of traveling, I was out. Like, she put up a video a month being like, oh, getting ready in Rome, getting ready in Jordania, getting ready here, getting ready there. This is not the type of content that I want to see. I'm happy for her that she is able to afford this, that she can basically afford this traveling lifestyle with her YouTube income. That's wonderful, but I'm just not interested in that. And this is nothing about jealousy or whatever. I'm just not interested, and that's okay too. I do not care, but I have a feeling that it gives a new generation a wrong idea. I don't know what kind of new generation you specifically mean, but I just assume you mean new generation maybe of content creators. And I have to highly, highly agree, because when all this thing with content creation really started in 2014, 13, I don't know, and the first people started to earn money with that, nobody knew what kind of direction that would take in the next years, and how much money really was in that pot, or to be honest, still is in that YouTube pot. Like, you have so many new creators who are also jumping on that social media bandwagon, like I did too. Like, of course I enjoy what I do, and if this can be like my entrance into earning money with that, with something I love and I enjoy passionately, like, how much better can it be? And I know what you mean, that it gives kind of a wrong idea of how happiness maybe is also determined, you know? I can do my content creation thing and not earn millions of money in a month. And I mean, for a German content creator, that's not very common to earn that much money. I think, or like my understanding of this wrong idea is especially with social media famous. Thanks to TikTok, thanks or not, you can get viral overnight. You do not have to put much effort into that. Like, you can post a stupid video of you eating a hot dog and not be able to chew it. I don't know if you've seen this video, but just an example. That person got famous overnight. You can post a silly freaking dance of yourself and get famous overnight. Will this fame last? Well, absolutely not. But you get good money out of that one fucking video. And this, especially because of TikTok, gives people this idea that with social media, you will be able to afford this millionaire's lifestyle. But I also think that a lot of those people who can afford this, they put much more effort into it. Do you know what I mean? Or am I just not making sense? To me, it's still crazy that I am growing quite fast here on YouTube, while on Instagram not so fast. But that's okay for me. I do this because I really enjoy this. I do not have anybody else in my private life to talk about makeup. But yeah, I know what you mean with the wrong idea. Like, social media will be that entrance to that lifestyle, while it clearly is not all the time. I wanted to use a skin tint today that I do not like. I will not tell you which one because my ranking is still waiting. Why do everybody love this skin tint? Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, so the next comments are like from the same person. I stopped watching them. I care about creators' makeup, not their car, and many makeup creators who show lifestyle are just not that interesting. If I want to watch someone showing their house, I want their taste to be something special. This kind of circles back to the sad beige thing. I do not need to see your sad beige couch, your sad beige setup, and your thousands of glass coffee pots, and your fucking 10 euro Nespresso machine that you try to make your aesthetic coffee with. This comment is very, very interesting, and I cannot agree more. I think in USA this is more common than here in EU. Yes, yes, yes. And my lovely US followers, you can please tell me your opinion on that. This is, from my personal point of view, truly a US thing. This showing off what you have, this intense, and it's not even on YouTube. I mean, I feel like this is US behavior. Do you know what I mean? Christmas, intense decorating, those like houses that are so intensely decorated with Christmas lights, these enormous decorations inside. I mean, it's of course always just a part of the reality that I see either on TV or on documentaries or TikTok or YouTube. I cannot judge everybody on that, but this is the picture that we got painted here in the EU. Everything in the US is just about showing off and bragging because they, from my point of view, always try to compare themselves with their neighbors, with their friends, with their families. But I'm begging you, you Americans, please tell me from your point of view, is this just wrong, what we assume here because of what we see? Or is there a bit of truth in there? I'm very, very curious if this is really a thing. I don't watch them because they'll have very different spending habits from me, so not relatable. But I think those who pretend not to have money while secretly being loaded are even worse. Thank you. This is a great, great comment. First of all, being that true to yourself that you are able to say, okay, whatever they show here does not align with my own spending habits, therefore I will not watch it because I cannot relate to it. This is great. This is mature thinking. I love that. I do that too. And the second part of this comment, those who pretend to have no money while secretly being loaded. I do not know if you refer to a specific person, but I have immediately one creator in mind that was posting videos of being like, I need to cut my spendings. Fine, check that off. We all need to. But at the same time posting vlogs from a girls' weekend where she basically spent, I think somebody on Reddit calculated that, at least $10,000. I will not say names. If you know who I mean, then write me the name on Instagram. Or write the initials here in the comments. Definitely comes across as bragging. Yeah. Do you see that? This is the main like view on that. A lot of people see this as bragging. Was this a bit too much blush? Yeah. Yeah. No problem. We still have a bit of foundation left on the sponge. Both can be true at the same time. Overall, I think it's unusually tacky and unnecessary. Definitely. It can be both. It can be feeling like bragging, but you can also feel happy for them, you know? It also, I think, depends on how do you feel about that creator in general. You know what I mean? I see it as inspiration, only if I like the style, of course. This is a really cool comment, and I love that. And this is something I think nobody else commented, but yes, this can also be an inspiration. Therefore, you don't have to feel either happy for them nor saying that you feel they brag. You can just watch these without any type of not judging or like having an opinion on it. Just being like, okay, I watch now your house tour because I need inspiration, because I like your makeup style, so maybe I do like your housing style too. I'm happy for them. I try to have a positive mindset because karma, and I only watch people I really like. So see, this is what I meant just minutes ago. It has to do also with the fact, do you like that person or not? Do you sympathize with them in a way that is more than just admiring them for the makeup skills? It can be also the other way around, do you know? For example, and now I will say openly names, Angelica Nyquist. I have a bad taste with her currently. Like her whole mentioning of, oh, I go this, I go there, and I have this, and I have that, and if you want to know what's going on, watch that video. I don't like this attitude, but I admire her makeup skills. I admire her reviews on stuff because she does very, very well reflected reviews. She is great at putting onto colors together. I don't have to sympathize with her as a person. I can still admire her makeup skills. While the other way around with Teresa's dad, I don't think she has good makeup skills, but I love her personality. I love the content that she puts up. It just makes me so, so happy. Her makeup nonsense bingos are the highlight sometimes of my week. I truly love them. This comment does tickle something that I wanted to address otherwise on the end of the video, but I will do it now. This whole watching somebody you truly like. I feel like today in 2023, a lot of people on purpose watch people that they don't like their content just for the sake of commenting bullshit things on them. I hate this behavior. I truly hate this. Another example, openly with names, Patty Alonso. I admire her makeup skills. I admire the way she does these neutral looks. It's not my vibe, but I love her techniques. I cannot watch her anymore. My skin crawls because of her in the videos. I cannot watch her because she's not able to communicate a true opinion. She's always wishy-washy. And this is something I can keep on watching her and comment that under every video. Or I can just say, okay, I admire your makeup skills, but this is just something I cannot live with. So I unsubscribe and that's it. I still follow her actually on Instagram because I love her pictures and I love her little reels that she does, but I cannot watch a whole video of her. And this has nothing now to do with bashing, so don't come at me with that. It's just my opinion. It's my point of view because I cannot stand this certain behavior and therefore nobody forces me to watch her. Nobody forces me to put mean comments under her videos. I think this is just dumb. And referring to the comment, I only watch people I really like. I love that, and this is a mindset we, in this world, should really have. I don't know how well this shows off camera, but these 4 shades are not the same. They're all different. I swear to God, they're all different. I'm using now this as... See? They're all different. They appear white in the pan, but all of a sudden they're green. Fine. That kind of matches that inner third. Love that. If you've never used Cleonat, they do have massive fallout, like massive. So I highly recommend either using a glitter glue or spraying the brush. But for the inner corner highlight, I don't use glitter glue or spray my brush because I'm a dumb fuck. The audience to make buying luxury items worth it. Otherwise, it's just stuff sitting in a closet. Yeah, that's also a very good point. Yes. Agree. This one is a very, very good comment and I wish I could have the same mindset sometimes. Like, I am now jealous of your mindset, dear commenter. If they deserve it, I'm happy. I don't feel jealous because it's not my life. If I want something, I will work for it. Beautiful mindset. Please, please never ever change that. This is a wonderful way of seeing things in the world. It depends. Some wear great jewelry and I look forward to seeing it. It's pretty. Agree? But showing off your mansion or expensive car is obnoxious, especially if you run a beauty channel. I'm just not interested in that and it feels braggy. At best, it's completely out of touch. I could not agree more on that. So the next 2 ones are in German, so let me translate them for you. Their homes do not concern me at all, and I don't want to know nothing about their bragging. It's awful, their bragging. Very roughly translated. In German, it sounds more eloquent. I think this comment circles back on the thing like that this is more of a American thing and not a EU thing. The whole, their homes do not concern me, or... I don't know if the translation is correct, but the meaning is basically, I am not the one who should care about their home. Like, this is not my business and I'm not allowed to care about their home, kind of like that. In the EU, privacy is valued very, very high, especially in Germany. And privacy also means the privacy of our homes. And You know, we are very for ourselves. For example, I love my colleagues. With a few of those colleagues, I developed very good friendships. One of my colleagues I even married. Yeah, we got to know each other at work. But I would never ever invite those colleagues in my house. Never. While in the States, what I have seen in media so far, it seems to be a common thing that you host kind of like work-related parties at your house and that you show off your house to your colleagues. I mean, is that really a thing? Again, it's what I see, what's pictured about the US in the media. Here in Germany, it's more like, this is my home, this is my private space. You are not allowed to enter that. I am very, very selective with choosing the people that I invite to my house. I don't want to have them here because it's not their concern how I live. Let me set my face and do mascara, and then we have a couple comments left. I had to take off the lip because I did the ghost face look, the nude lip kit, but wasn't feeling it today. Depends on the attitude. We had that now 1,000 times. Strongly agree. I think this is like a very common thing in your comments. It all depends on the attitude. It's generally bragging, but if the attitude is right, it's not. Depends. If your intention is to show off, I don't like that. If it's just sharing day-to-day stuff, I don't mind. Completely agree on that. I guess it depends on how it is shown and presented. Can go both ways. See? That's what I mean. I really love this comment. It depends on the creator. Someone like Huda doesn't bother me, but some people, oh, why Huda? Can you tell me, why doesn't Huda bother you? That would be an interesting thing to discuss in the comments. It depends on the tone, if that makes sense. And that is also our last comment. The last few comments were literally just the same, and I swear to you, they're from different persons. That just shows that this is just a common opinion. I think my biggest problem with that is when I watch a certain creator and they all of a sudden start to change their content to this, I'm immediately thrown off. I subscribe to you because of your content that you do. And then without a warning, they change that. For example, and this has nothing to do with drugstore content or not, what was her name? Jess? No, what is her name? Jam Beauty 89. Jessica Braun, that was her name. I stopped watching her because she started to always talk about her freaking kid. I don't care for that. And I also don't care for 10-minute adverts for HelloFresh. Samantha Ravndal did that too. She changed her comment from makeup to plants and housing and kids. Don't care. Raw Beauty Christie, from makeup to kid. I don't care for that. If you want to do a child channel, family focused, do that. Same with house or vlogs. Do that. Open another channel. Say to those people, if you're interested in that, follow me over there. I think Angelica Ninquist does that. She has her like makeup channel where she just does makeup. And then she has her vlog channel where she uploads travel vlogs, daily vlogs, whatever. I'm not interested in her vlog stuff. So I am not forced to see this in my timeline. I can only watch her makeup content, and if I'm ever interested in that, I am happy to subscribe to the vlog channel. My personal opinion on that is, I mean, I said it already a couple of times, it depends on the person and on the way how it's done. To be honest, a Michelle Wong is 100% bragging. Like, I'm sorry, but you're a bragging person. You are not showing a certain lifestyle. You are bragging with wealth and luxury. And I'm sorry, but this is not relatable. The small group of people that this is relatable to probably don't watch YouTube. Just saying. And her makeup skills, don't get me on them. Thank you for entering so many different answers, for putting in so many of your views. I absolutely adore this. Do you have a certain topic that you would like to talk about for the next Controversy Friday? Can be anything related to the beauty community. Other than that, I do have some ideas in my mind, but if you have any wishes or topics that you truly want to talk about and also hear other people's opinions and share your opinion, let me please know in the comments down below. Always, you can find in the info box also the links to Instagram, TikTok, and where you can buy me coffee. The affiliated codes and links are there. If you use them, I make a small commission, but that will go back into the channel. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.